suppose the biggest challenge bringing people back from furlough is installing confidence in the people that are coming back from furlough that they've got job security. The pandemic creates a whole host of uncertainty, and uncertainty isn't great for the stock market. Uncertainty isn't great for people making decisions, and isn't great for people returning to work because they're not quite sure what they're going to be returning to. Are they going to be returning to as busy a role as they had before? Are they going to be returning to a skeletal role? Are they going to be returning at all? With that level of uncertainty, making undue promises is difficult, but to say that for now, it's business as usual or embracing the new normal and you've got a job to come back to. A number of organisations, including my business, have come up with mental health packs and have created mental health ambassadors within their organisation. And it's always good to come out of bad. Something like this gives you some ultimate perspective. And the one thing that's come to the fray has been this whole be kind mentality, and people have just become a lot more human in business. We don't hide behind contracts, we don't hide behind SLAs, we don't hide behind terms, because we just got to interact. This pandemic is taking lives and businesses. The one constant that we can remain is that we actually be human and be kind about how we interact with people. I think what's been really great and what's been incredible is organisations taking the bull by the horns and actually instilling some really strong health and safety measures in there, whether that's safety screens, whether that's sanitising units, whether that's a one-way system. Organisations know they've got an onus, and it's great when organisations don't do it to tick a box of compliance, but actually because they genuinely care about the safety of their staff. And I think that's been something that I found really, really heartwarming. I come from an elite sports background where mindset is everything. It doesn't matter how incredibly talented you are physically as an athlete, if you haven't got the right mindset, you can't be the best version of yourself. So each organisation is different, and we work in a recruitment environment, which essentially is a sales environment. So mindset's everything in terms of how we approach our day, how we interact and engage with our customers, how we instill confidence into our target market, and how we operate in a credible manner. And all of that comes from mindset. It's very difficult to change someone's mindset, but what you can do, you can motivate people, and you can motivate them within their mindset to either modify their behaviour or to be able to be aware of other people. And I suppose that kind of lends itself to how do you motivate people post-furlough, and how do you motivate people to perform. You've now got to wrap an arm around people and say, actually, we've got a high bar of attainment and expectation, but we've also got a support network to help you get there. And I think the biggest thing around motivating people is around communicating. Things have changed, so our sales targets before and our sales targets now have got to change. The market's changed for a lot of people. The market is constricted or reduced somewhat, and so you have to motivate in a different way. Collectively, the little wins turn into the big wins, and it's really difficult in a tough market to have the same mindset as if in a booming market. So what I would say to motivate your staff, celebrate the mini wins and communicate those mini wins. Don't celebrate them in isolation, communicate it through the business. I think the biggest thing that we do is we have a roundup 3 times a week, and we share some of the biggest challenges. Sometimes you can suffer in silence in a business. Just the fact that you actually talk about it means that you might be able to snowball some ideas or whiteboard some ideas. As business leaders, we have to adjust our mindset, we have to adjust our targets, we have to adjust what we think we can expect from a business, and make sure we communicate that down, because anyone who's still thinking they're going to be able to eke the same amount of revenue out of a market that's constricted is kidding themselves. I meditate quite a bit. I'm part of a mindfulness group called Quality Mind. People always say to me, "Oh, Nick, you never stressed," or I don't really get stressed. I feel pressure, but what I do with that pressure, and that could be my mindfulness, it could be having been an ex-elite sportsman, who knows, but I'm able to give myself very quickly perspective, and I think that's really helped me deal with and navigate the pandemic. So in terms of resources, I implore people to use their network, I implore people to read, I implore people to not to watch the news, not to watch the news too often, and control the controllables, and make sure you've got a team around you that enable you to do that.